Hi, my name is Heavon Clark. I am from the New Jersey area. I have been working with Swing now a little over 5 to 6 months or so, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's been going great. I have really no complaints, honestly. Swing is pretty much straightforward. If I've ever had any questions about anything, I always email support, and someone always usually gets back to me either that same day or the next day. So I really have no qualms about anything. I needed a break from a contract role because I worked as a fourth grade teacher. I worked as a second grade teacher. And even though I loved it, there were some components of it that kind of started to weigh me down a little bit. So I just think working in a space now where if I decide that I want to work today, I can. If I don't want to work today, I don't have to work today. And that's just the real honesty of it. I just needed a break. And maybe one day when I feel ready to go jump back into that, I'll work through a district again. But for right now, I'm happy where I am with Swing. I just really enjoy meeting different students because sometimes when you get stuck you're not even stuck, but when you reside at your certain school for so many years, you love the kids, but you see the same ones all the time. So I think with Swing, I was happy to meet a different set of kids that, I'm like, oh wow, like I would think these fourth graders are like the fourth graders I had like a year ago, but they're kind of really not like the fourth graders I had a year ago because you think about it, they were in third grade. I think sometimes we think because kids are all in the same age group, they may all act the same. In certain ways they do, in certain ways they don't. So I think I like to see the different changes sometimes in the years. Actually, it's funny because when I was working full time through this district, I've met a couple really great subs through Swing. They would talk to me about certain things and they'd be like, yes, well, I work through Swing. Oh, it was like Swing. I was like, I've never heard of that. They said, oh yeah, it's like a subbing agency. They said like to check it out. They said definitely if you feel as though the classroom is becoming a little bit overwhelming, they told me, because these were all teachers, like literally former full-time staff. They told me like if you ever get a little overwhelmed or tiring, please just check out Swing because it did offer them a sense of, a sense of escape and a sense of not having to deal with the day-to-day as full-time staff may have to deal with. I really try to approach it as a new journey, as a new experience, because I don't know you and you don't know me, right? So it gives us that window to see what you like, see what you don't like, see how you like your classroom, see how you don't like your classroom, man. Even on the teacher side, like, learning the kids. Okay, I've noticed that when this certain child does this certain thing, this child doesn't respond positively to that. I always say this: a new set of eyes is better than the same old eyes. And I say that because at the end of the day, we learn our kids. So like sometimes things they do, we kind of just ignore, right? When you have new set of eyes in the classroom, you can be like, well, I notice when this happens, they do this. So maybe if I change the approach, things will begin to change. And that's what I started to do with certain students. And I learned that I was able to build a better relationship with them that way, in a positive way. And also with the teachers, they enjoyed it because they're like, okay, well, Ms. Clark, can you work with so-and-so? Because I know you tend to work better with them. I was like, yeah, that's sure. That's great, because unfortunately some teachers and some students don't mesh. So if I can just be that middleman for them, then it works out. Have been able to take advantage of professional development just because of the school that I work at now. They've offered workshops, trainings like CPR, first aid, which all was paid for through them. And I was able to get certifications and things like that. This month, they're actually introducing wellness workshops and things like that, monthly and weekly things to do with the staff just to promote health and wellness. So I've also been able to take, I'll begin taking a part of that. They have asked if we would like to become full-time staff through a contract, but obviously, I said no. But but things of that, yes. I think with substitute teaching in general, I think you have to let them get to know you. I think it's important. You have to build that trust, and you can't come in trying to rule with an iron fist. It's not going to work. Like, it's just not going to work. I've seen many subs do it, and I'm like, yes, that was never going to be my approach. I like to observe first. I observe, I watch, and that's when I jump in. And as I get to know the students, that's when I know what works and what doesn't. My teaching style, personally, I like to have the kids jump in. I enjoy seeing what they're getting, what they're not getting. I like to see their feedback. I like that conversation. I love small group instruction. That's really something I love. I love small group instruction just because it gives me more time to really know them and know how they learn and what they don't get and what they are getting. Just to be yourself. Don't feel compelled to be like the teacher or what the administration is telling you to do. You should listen to their advice, but you should also be yourself and understand that, how anyone decides to teach is going to work best for them. I'm not trying to be Miss V and I'm not trying to be Miss G. I'm trying to be Miss Clark. So I think that's always something you should always understand.